Hey there, welcome to the Instant Pianist. Today I'm talking about melodic transcription. This plays such an important role in the development of all musicians, including us piano players. It's just awesome for ear training and is also one of the best ways to grow and mature as an improviser. I've come up with a point-by-point method that helps to make this super easy and loads of fun. Let's get started. First, be sure to choose a solo that's within your grasp. If this is your first transcription, I would totally avoid jumping right in with a ripping Yngwie Malmsteen solo. Also, don't feel like you have to transcribe an entire solo. Even learning an excerpt is a great exercise. My point-by-point system for transcribing will work in almost any genre, but today I'm specifically going to choose something from under the jazz umbrella. Secondly, listen morning, noon, and night until your wife or husband or kids or girlfriend or roommates demand that you step outside. At that point, you have achieved the sign. You know you're ready to move forward. You can hum along, sing along, or play a super convincing air guitar version, assuming you still have a place to live. I should state at this point for our little jaunt in the woods, I'm going to hike the literate trail, which means I'm going to share a method with you that involves writing this stuff down. Let it be known that the act of writing is not essential and that you do not have to be literate to be a great musician or transcriber. However, if, for whatever merciless reason, you wish to join me on board like Charlton Heston rowing with the Romans, there is certainly room on the bench. So hang on, Sulu is just about to punch this into light speed. And here we go. Step 1. Get a blank sheet of manuscript paper and a freshly sharpened number 2 pencil. Step 2. Write whatever clef floats your boat, jot down whatever key fits the solo you've chosen, and scribble out an appropriate time signature. And now that I've made a total and utter mess, I recommend crumpling up the page, recycling it, and starting from scratch. Step 3 is to write a bunch of blank measures on that page. In this case, I'm going to write 8 bars with a space at the beginning for some pickup notes. I also want to take a second and notate the chords above the staff. So before step 4, I highly recommend making a PDF of the work you've done thus far. Here's step 4, it's called dragging the pencil, and it's uber easy. Here's what you do. Indicate when the soloist is playing, in this case I'm listening to Louis Armstrong, by lightly drawing a line above the blank measures. In essence, you're indicating where the phrases are in the solo. It's funny, but using a pencil in this way reminds me of that classic joke where the seismographer, a music engraver, and a lie detector test walk into a bar. Step 5 is to look at the phrases on the page. I encourage circling them. Go ahead, number them. These are your marching orders. This mission, should you choose to accept it, is to tackle and solve all phrases, just one phrase at a time. Step 6 is to tackle each phrase. I recommend listening to each one a zillion times, or at least until you can sing it on your own without relying on the recording. Amazingly, at this juncture, you're actually engaged in highbrow ear training. Amazing. Who would have thunk it? I say hooray for you. At the end of this episode, I am going to give you the Dumbo Award. You know, big ears, get it? Past recipients do not include Mike Tyson or Vincent Van Gogh. Step 7, this is the quote-unquote leap of faith step. So, steady that quivering hand, pull yourself together, sit up straight, and commit to plotting note heads on those 5 lines underneath the pencil marks you've just drawn. I know you're jonesing to reach for a guitar, accordion, didgeridoo, or any other instrument that's going to give you melodic reference, but I say do not do it. There's a step later for checking your work, after you've committed pencil to paper. For now, this is the best way to develop your ears. Think about those crazy receptors protruding from the noggin of Ludwig van. You know, near the end of his life, he could only hear what was on the inside. And since this step requires lots of inner trust and focus, I find it helpful to remember the advice of Yoda.
Follow patiently these rules. Succeed in transcription. You will.
Step 8, check your work by using a piano, keyboard, or whatever concert pitch instrument you may have on hand. This is a chance for you to make any adjustments that may be needed. Icing on the cake is to toss in those rhythms, articulations, or any other expressive markings you may want. And lastly, if you feel the need to add even more sprinkles, fairy dust, powdered sugar, 3 olives on a toothpick, or any other accoutrements, I recommend either recopying this by hand or plugging this treasure trove of musical accuracy into your favorite music notation software program. And that's it. It's time to celebrate, so call your friends, break out the bubbly, get some snackies, have a party. After all that work, you now possess a magical map that's also a time machine and a first-class ticket into the VIP row of a masterclass given by your favorite virtuoso. For more episodes of The Instant Pianist, visit tomsnow.com.